Alright, so in this replay we will be reviewing GIJose65 Lucian ADC with a Janna support, Master Yi jungle, a Shen top and an Echo mid. On enemy team we have a Pantheon top, Jax jungle, a Zed mid, Ezreal ADC, and a Thresh support. Review was sent in wondering how in the world you could have won this match or done better, felt helpless against the Zed. Well, Zed's Zed. He's a super annoying champ to deal with, but, you know, what could you do to better your own game? This is a Silver 5 match, and, well, let's just see how this goes. Builds seem fairly standard. Pantheon going Corrupting Potion. Apparently he wants to deal more damage onto Shen. They don't see right now is Thresh worming himself in to see if there's anybody at red and throwing a ward out there. Got a deep ward in there. How do you know? And you guys didn't know because you just walked right out. But I'm not gonna blame you for that one. You're having fun. Let's fast forward this a little bit. The laning phase. See, I'm not sure why Janna's going in all by herself that far up. This particular instance I wouldn't have pushed the wave or fought for one CS. You missed that one. Janna, you're all by yourself. You're trying to figure out what to do and trying to CS at the same time. Janna should have been playing farther back. Missed that CS. So out of that entire wave you managed to get one. This is where early game, especially for the first couple of waves, you just want to really worry about getting your CS. You don't want to be like the big macho man on campus, like, hey, I'm really aggressive for my champion, I know what I'm doing, because you're missing out on CS. I mean, you get melee minions who are 20 gold each. You dodge that hook. You get caster minions that are 17. Not to mention, you know, whatever one you're able to get. Janna gets some gold at least. So we're able to at least absorb some of that. There's a fight going on up top. Looks like he's going to help out. Not many wards are being placed out, but it's okay. It's still early enough in jungling where Jax is jungling. Janna gets hooked here, almost killed herself. The heal is burned. And Ezreal's sent packing. If I was a support, I'd worry more about positioning better. We got some pressure being applied. See, this is what I don't like about this particular point in the game. It's 3 minutes. This is where they're starting to finish their second buff on any jungle, except for Yi. He's top screwing around, and you don't have any ward in the river. You don't know if you're going to get ganked. And here's the unfortunate thing: you pushed the wave all the way up to their tower. When I play ADC, I play extremely passive. I try to just go for the CS, maybe poke a little bit, but I want the wave pushed into my tower. That allows a gank to open up from our jungler, and it prevents the enemy jungler from having to come down and gank, because guess what he's going to do if he has to come gank? Well, gank me under the turret. Well, you're gonna die, so he's definitely not gonna do that. So I let the wave push towards me. This is where you can practice a little bit about freezing the wave. You can see exactly where the enemy wave is. It's very reflective. See, their wave is pulling up, your wave is pulling up, but it has to go farther in. This wave will be down. The next wave will be coming up soon. It's just starting right now. And if you're ever wondering, hey, how do the waves work? Look at your own minion wave. The enemy minion wave is exactly the same thing. Their minion wave is starting. So when it comes to freezing the lane, it's a little bit touch and go on how to freeze it, and it takes some practice, but you'll get used to it. That's something that I'd work on. And trust me, I work on it myself. I make sure to try and freeze the wave. Thresh hooks a minion. Really good trade there. And here's the key thing with Thresh. His whole initiate. There's another game going on up top. We don't want to watch what's going on up top. We want to watch what's going on down here. Is that when Thresh wastes his hook, what's he going to do? Flay you if he missed his hook? No, he missed his hook. Abuse him for it. Like, that's his only initiate. Okay, we don't have to worry about first blood going out. Yi picked it up. They got extremely low top lane, but their jungler also showed up top. Their jungler died up top. So that allows you to push some pressure in. Janna gets hooked once again because she's out of position. I don't know why you have to worry about flanking so far out, Janna, when you're going to get hooked by Thresh, who's more of a tankier support, and you're not. You're squishy. Just play back. Like, I know it's annoying being an ADC and in solo queue. Your support, especially if you're squishier, should know, hey, I don't frontline a support if it's squishy. I play behind. Like we're going on here. I did notice that there were a couple of cannon minions that you missed. That was initially in the beginning. That's fine. That was a good trade right there. That scared Ezreal out a little bit. You're still content to keep harassing him, even though the minions right here, all of these minions were attacking you. We're gonna get into that in a little bit. Although you probably know all about that. Just back to the good old CSing game. Some more poke. Rush plays it back, goes for a hook, misses the hook. This is when you could have pulled up to abuse him more, but you go to ward, which is critical. That ward right there will tell you if Jax is coming. It looks like he's trying to come down right now, but you can't see that. So you definitely go in ham there, and then you realize I don't have enough to kill him. That's okay. That's okay. You pushed him all the way back underneath his tower. Jax still hasn't shown up. He's busy going for scuttles right now. That means, you know, well, okay, just go greedy. See, now you see right here how many minions are attacking you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I never like ganking past the turret. Even though I might be more powerful than the enemy ADC right now, that forces your support to come and help you, and your support just happens to be squishy as well. You have free damage being applied to you right here. That's kind of what killed you for your greed, and Ezreal just had to essentially toy with you. So I never flash past the turret and try to get a kill past the turret, even though the minion wave is pulling up right now. It's gonna be gone in, well, it's gone right now, and now you have no escape. Janna has no escape either, but she's able to pick up the kill. He's probably gonna go back and just barely survive that. Too bad. Busy. Jax is busy right now, counter jungling. For Yi, who's probably kind of not happy I didn't do that, so he's gonna go in for him. But regardless of that, that's kind of what killed you right there. It gave out a kill to Thresh and assist gold to Ezreal, who decided to start building a tier and start building that up. All in all, that probably wasn't the best trade, and you probably knew that at the time. I would have just applied free damage to the turret, and then I would have recalled right back and picked up my first couple of items safely. Because right now, at this point, you're doing okay in farm CSing, and this is Zed. If I was Master Yi and I was playing this jungle game, I would have been having a heyday with Zed. Zed has no way of escape. He has this Yi's under level 2. Perks of being a Master Yi assassin and playing against an assassin. So Yi kind of killed himself, especially against Zed. You're both assassins, you should be able to kill each other no problem, but this spectate is about you, not so much about the jungler. If I'm a Master Yi jungle, I try to go and rush level 6 as quickly as possible, get Devours, and try to finish Devours as soon as possible. And he seemed to be going more for ganks and stuff. Okay, so use that minion. 50 gold right there, but that's okay. You had the turret pulling up and you're still trying to get there in time. Your support was dead or went back, hasn't come back yet. Thresh misses another hook, and you're fine with that. I probably wouldn't have gone that far up. I would have just sat there and cleared the minion wave. Okay, this is where it gets interesting. You're level 5 right now. Everybody's roughly level 5. Thresh misses another hook. Free punishment. Opportunity to get some CS. Push Ezreal back. And I can definitely see as per right now, your CSing game is definitely upped. It's gone back to probably where you're comfortable with. Now right here, that tornado hitting Thresh right there when it did, and the fact that Thresh missed that hook that went right there, you're level 6 right now. I wouldn't have really waited for Janna to be level 6 at this point. You want to know what I would have done? I would have, what is that? Well, you just use it. I would have ulted. I would have straight ulted right in on him. Because you want to know how much free damage that would have been? All the free damage in the world. See, because he knew it. He knew that he messed up too. You had a minion wave pulling up that wasn't on top of you. You would have been standing right here where Janna is right now, hitting him with your ult. So let's see, your ult, total over 20 shots, 834 physical damage. So looking at him, how much does he have? 506. You would have almost guaranteed killed him with your ultimate and one ability. And the fact that you had heal would have allowed you to get a little bit more of a gap closer in there before Ezreal, who isn't level 6 yet, would have had time to do anything. You would have probably melted part of this wave too. So that would have been a free kill, and he knew it. He knew it. And the instant he messed up on the hook and got nailed by the tornado. And now that Janna goes to ward, now you know exactly where the jungle is. Not by your lane. It seems like the junglers on both teams have had fun going top for some odd reason and killing people top. Probably because the top laner on your team was complaining, saying Pantheon's pushed in more, but they seem to go fine 1v1. That would have been an opportunity right there for some free damage to poke Ezreal down more. There's one more part here where Thresh wastes a hook that I would have ulted him on, and that part's coming up. So obviously, you know, you're pushing away best you can, making sure to get the CS and not miss any gold. Also making sure not to waste mana. All good there. Ezreal is still level 5. Those whole 2 waves that went through as of right now, he wouldn't have popped 6. That would have been a dead support right there. Okay, so now you notice that Jax came, he wants to have a party. He backs out because he figures the sport, and he's like, nope, I'm not going to do it. So he leaves. Thresh misses another hook. There's a party going on mid lane. Who cares about mid? There's another part right here. You get a slow. You're not sure if Jax is going to come in, that I know. Janna still isn't level 6. She probably will hit 6 this wave. Ezreal just dinged 6. This part right here, I would have like juked and stood right here. Thresh is still level 5, probably waiting to hit level 6. He'll probably get 6 on this minion or this minion. I would have ulted him. Like, if you didn't ult before when he was back here, I would have ulted him right here. It would have shredded right through him, and if he moved, it would have been free damage onto an 881 health Ezreal. So, either way, 1 or 2 of them would have gotten either very low or died, allowing you to finish pushing this wave up right up to the tower and push the tower again. But instead of that happening, see, look, those are your 2 abilities. You could have ulted immediately after that or during that whole combo period that was going on, and Thresh would have died. Ezreal would have gotten extremely low. That would have been guaranteed kill, if not 2 kills if you were playing it smart. Just a little something to keep an eye out on. But instead you go back to CSing. A little bit unsure, probably hesitant, wondering where your jungler is and where their jungler is. You don't know. Turns out he's at red. That would have been a free opportunity to push the lane right up to it. You can see Zed is mid. Ezreal burns his ultimate, almost kills Janna with that. You burn your heal to save her. And now guess what? Ezreal is out of an ultimate. So you have a choice now. If you want to push the wave, you can push the wave, or you can go back and get another item, power spike off of him. But you go back to farming, which is fine either way. Throw out a ward, make sure both sides are covered, he doesn't pull you from the bush, and Jax doesn't show up unexpectedly. This I would have had a heyday with this Thresh. The amount of hooks that he missed. Free damage. It would have been free damage. Go back to... I keep moving the camera around so the camera's freaking out. Going, what are you doing? Alright, so you get hooked right here. Thresh is like, I can't do anything, and Ezreal's like, well, I don't have any mana to follow up with that. Sorry, buddy. And you've been holding on to your ultimate this entire time. And here's the first use of your ultimate. The first time your ultimate was used, the first use of it, Thresh gets scared and throws out the lantern just in case. Jax gets nailed by the tornado. And, well, now what? You're down an ultimate. Janna seems to hang around as a squishy. Actually, that's kind of a smart move here, which worked out in his favor because guess what? What's Ezreal gonna do? Oh no, I have to help my support. Well, I can't. Their jungler is right there. The enemy jungle just left, and he realized that. Now he's trying to come back in, and guess what? Ezreal has no mana. It's free damage onto him. That's your first kill of the day. Woohoo! So now you're at 0, 1, and 2. Free damage onto the tower. Stuff is going on mid. What's going on? You know, free farm for me. Sat there, kept farming. I would have kept poking the lane. Who cares what's going on? The support's not here. Ezreal decided to stay around like an idiot. Try to pick up some CS, but he can't because he has no mana. And he's probably missing some of it because of the tower. So at this point, you decide to go back, which is fine. It's at that point where you're like, okay, whatever was going on mid is cleared up now. Apparently the junglers of both teams are still mid. Top is having a 1v1 battle going on. Top is asking for help. Well, who cares about Top? Pantheon's just like, look at me, I'm Superman. Well, Top can do whatever they want. Top is an island. I know, because I usually play Top, so if jungle comes to help out Top or not, so be it. I expect jungle to go help out bottom more. In either case, mid decides to 1v1, and that is Zed's second kill. So yeah, Zed's kind of a nuisance. Just kills people, and overall, if you don't know how to lane against them, it's going to be really hard for your laning phase, which at this point, you know, CS-wise is kind of even. Lanes are kind of even if we check the towers here. Full health and, well, roughly full health. Let's see. We don't want Master Yi, because Master Yi will just run around and do whatever he wants. Flight's going on top. See, he's headed there. Jax probably will be too. Lane's having a fun old time. And somehow manages to get caught again. Janna gets caught. 3 damage, but let's see. Right here, I would have ulted. Like, I was watching the replay before I decided to turn it on and record it again. But I would have ulted right there. So if you rewind it back, if you're looking, this would have been the perfect time for free damage, because if you just briefly check the minion wave on your side and see where it's at, it's right here, it's just coming out. You have between here until the minions get to here for free damage without having to take any minion aggro. As you can see, you only have 2 on an enemy team, and you have basically a full wave of your own pulled up. They're not going to be here for another probably 15 to 20 seconds. That is free damage for you. You have a poor tier Ezreal, who's built a little bit of burst on his Sheen. He has some movement speed. He's also trying to get, okay, Glacial Shroud. He's going for one of those items. escapes my mind at the moment. But this would have been an opportunity, even though as weird as it was that hook grabbed her, and then Ezreal burns all of his ability. Thresh, right here at this point, just burned all of his abilities, especially right here. Let's see if he does it. Right here when he burned his ultimate. So, right now, your ultimate does 1,000 physical damage. And that's without any other abilities or just standing there auto-attacking him, because you have a BF sword and a Caulfield's Warhammer. So he's standing there at 1,200 health. You could have killed him or gotten him extremely low with your entire ultimate standing on top of him. And guess what? If he moved out of the way, or you're able to get a clear shot on Ezreal, that would have killed him instantly. Your full culling would have killed him instantly. But you don't. You back out, and see, the way the positioning that you're standing, you didn't even have to walk up at all, and you wouldn't have broken any of his wall. You would just been shooting into the wall the whole time, having a heyday, running around the outside of it, shooting him to death, and shooting him to death. You would have guaranteed killed at least one of them, and possibly killed the second one, or gotten the second one extremely low. In either case, they're not going to defend this turret, which is virtually gone now, because you're strong in your bot lane. Janna's built some wards. You know, you're safely protected. You know this ward's up here. You're not going to get ganked from behind here. And, well, where's anybody else? Well, you don't know where the jungler is, but he's still at his base. That would have been a free second kill. If you had done the ultimate that first time around and killed at least one or two of them, and then gone back to where the position where you are now, that would have been 2 kills bottom. You would have probably been 2-1-2, and Janna would have been 1-0, like 3 or 4. Here comes Jax. He decides to show up to the party. You have the ward out there just in that event. And even if you didn't do it before, I would have ulted right here. I would have ulted right here, even if you hadn't ulted before, which you decided to do right now, which is great. Because as you can see, he burned his heal. He's trying to get out. Right now, mid lane is... There you go. There's your kill. So you got the kill. It took you 30 seconds longer than expected to get the kill on the support, but you got the kill. I'm not sure what was going on here, if you felt the need to help him. I guess so. Seeing as he flashed right there, I wouldn't have followed Janna. I wouldn't have followed her at all, because guess what? She's a squishy support. You have... Guess what? You have a bot lane turret with 500 health, and an Ezreal who has 300 health. I guarantee you could have popped him in like 2 of your combos. 1 or 2 of your combos. He would have been dead. He decides to, well, he thinks he wants to go back, but instead of going back, he decides to hang out a little bit, I believe. Nope, yep, see, he decides to hang out. He said, nope, they're not going for me. This is free farm for me, and I can stack my tier. Because you guys are doing great right now. It was a good call. I just wouldn't have flashed into Jax right here to try and scare him. As soon as I saw him flash out, it would have been good. Jax flash down, Echo saved, Echo goes back to here. You guys go back to your bot lane. Yee's not over to help out a dragon yet. I would have finished pushing up this lane. I would have gotten this turret and or killed him. That would have been a free bot turret for you and a kill. And then you would have had all the pressure in this entire bot side that you could apply. Because it's an open turret, you can now roam all the way up here safely without getting ganked or poked at. And it would have allowed you the opportunity to ward. Jax is super ticked off right now, so he decides he wants to go counter jungle, but guess what? Duh! You can't go counter jungle, and what are you building? Oh, you're building a Devourer. Okay, cool. At this point, you're back in your lane. Trying to push your lane back out. Top lane's having a heyday. Right now, you're 8 and 4, but even in gold. Which is okay. Just, you know, top lane does whatever. Zed notices, hey, I should roam over and do a kill. The curse was top lane. The amount of times your jungler went top lane to help out and not get anything, even though, well, he killed him right here. I'm not quite certain entirely on what happened in top lane. Well, okay, it was a feeding frenzy going on top lane. You know, you would have Pantheon who die and feed, you know, either Yi or Shen, or you'd have Echo die feeding Zed or Pantheon. Jax is suffering right now, and he has no kills. Yi's helping out too much. He's helping out too much in lanes and staying around too long. How can I tell if I haven't been watching him? I can tell because the amount of times he's popped up top side, and I can tell based on, well, the status of his Devour, which he finished, and the fact that he's died 3 times to get 4 kills. He's staying around too long and killing himself, or he's not staying around long enough and killing himself. So it's a fine line for jungling. You're not jungling your ADC, but I'm giving you an overall match, understanding the bigger picture, as it were. So back to the bot lane. Free damage being applied here. I think Thresh and Ezreal are realizing, hey, Lucian really hurts, and Janna, as you could forgive some of her misgivings, provides an adequate support. Echo winds up killing Jax again. Thresh misses a hook again, and now Jax 0-3-1. He's building Devours too. Really not a great start for Devour jungle, but a really good start if you're Yi. Except Yi doesn't finish rushing his stupid camps. It comes on later. As to if you're building a Devourer, just make sure you get kills. Your mid lane's suffering right now. There's nothing you can do about it. Yi's probably running around trying to figure out what he wants to do and counter jungle at the same time. Anyways, I'm looking. Okay, see, this is me right now. I'm looking at the mini map. I know where Yi is. Yi's going to go to counter jungle. I know where Zed is because he just appeared here and killed Echo, and Echo's tower is down. Well, is the mid tower down? It's down halfway. I can tell that just by looking at it. He's probably going to roam somewhere. His tower is done. It's now starting to transition to the mid game for him. He's either going to roam bot and try to kill either 1 or 2 of you, catch somebody out, or roam top and kill Shen. Even though Shen's tower is still up and relatively healthy, his wave is pushed into his turret. He'll try and kill him. So expect Zed to roam, which, true to Zed mid lane player's nature, that's what he's gonna do. Right here, let's see if I can get this back onto you so you can notice what was going on bot this whole time. Rewind a little bit. So Ezreal's realizing right now that you really hurt, and the amount of knockup and CC that Janna's providing really hurts him. This hook right here, also really nice hook right here. I don't care if he would have finished a Flay. He has no lantern. He has no shield to protect Thresh with, and you're completely out of the zone of the box, or Ezreal. You're completely out of the ultimate box for Thresh, so if he drops it, you can stand right here and shoot him with your ultimate. Your ultimate goes pretty far. It's guaranteed going to hit him, and what's he at right now? 681. What does your ultimate do right now if you pulled it off? It does 1068 physical damage if you're able to hit him with all 20 shots. Guess what? That's going to be another dead Ezreal. This time, instead of support dying, it would have been the ADC dying. So he decides to flip over the backside. You preemptively burn a heal. He flays Janna. And Ezreal's just getting poked to death right here. You're still relatively healthy, but you don't know where Zed is. True to the story, Zed's screwing around with Yi right now, so you know right where he is if you're looking. Ezreal burns his ultimate to try and get you to back off. I would have just ulted this. That would have been a dead Ezreal right there, and even if I wouldn't have been able to get the turret, which by this point, had you been following what I told you to do, would have been gone right now, and that would have been an easy kill, but then again, an easy flank for the enemy jungler to come and kill you. Either way, your laning phase would have been over, and you would have been transitioning to your lane. So now that Jax sees his opportunity, he's trying to get in there. Now you burn your ult, and Jax gets scared and jumps right out. You can see Zed's flanking right now. He's 6-3, totally fed, so it's annoying. I would have done exactly what you're doing right now and run away. I wouldn't have saved that turret at all. I would have just said, keep on running. But, you know, because Janet doesn't know what to do, and she thinks she's a tankier support than she actually is. She goes and kills herself, providing another 300 gold to Zed. So a couple of back pings might have helped, but then again, you know, if Janet's gonna kill herself, then she's gonna kill herself. You can't do anything about that. Here's where it gets a little bit goofy. I'm fairly certain you thought yourself safe in lane. You didn't know at the time that right there, Zed was camping you the whole entire time. He was just waiting for you to think you're safe in lane. Backing in your lane with your turret down was kind of a bad idea, but obviously you didn't know, so I wouldn't blame you for dying there, but kind of would have expected Zed to do something kind of like that, because guess what? That's what Zed players do. They just run around and they try to get kills. And if turrets are down, that's all the more reason for them to roam down into another lane and try to get a kill. Or up into another lane. Yeah, that's what would have happened. Which is exactly what happened. So you're building your first item, you have Essence Reaver, and you have cooldown boots. Not sure if those are good on Lucian or not, but I trust that you playing the way that you are on Lucian, pretty confident in his play style, you know what you're doing. You have Thresh miss another hook, but you also have Ezreal on the ropes, because Ezreal is a level behind you, and a kill behind you. A kill and an assist. He's like about an item away that he could finish, if you're looking at gold-wise. Right now you have a total of 6,500 gold to his 6,200 gold. You definitely have an advantage in him. On top of your own inbuilt character power spikes. And he's scared of that right now, he knows that. Burn your ult here to push the wave out, because you see, oh yeah, this turret's low. See how low it is? It's been low for the past 2 minutes. And only just now did you finally pop it. Which is great. That means, guess what? Well, Pantheon dies top, but it also means you can now roam into these other lanes. This turret's down. It fell within the past 2 minutes, and this turret just fell. That means now you can roam up into here if you're on the top side, and if you're on the bottom, you can start roaming up into here to steal stuff for wards. I don't know what these guys are doing here. They want to like 1v1 people. The tank and the assassin in the jungle. Which, notice, you're like, well, screw whatever's going on there, we're going to take mid turret. So essentially you've just now gone 3 for 3. You're kind of balancing the fact that right now, taking that turret and that bot turret, you're balanced. You've taken 3 turrets, you're even in gold, you might be down a couple of kills, but that's because top lane was stupid, and you know, your top laner, who is your tank, and your assassin jungle, who's also your burst, died. As you can see, he's 5-5. Shen is 2-4, but that's okay. He's building tanky / some burst to counteract their line. And Ezreal doesn't really do anything right now. He has power spikes going on. He has slows being applied because of Iceborne Gauntlet, but that being said, he's scared of you right now. That's how you want it to be. Okay. So now let's go back to you and see how things are going. Dragon just came up. Bot lane shows up. They decide they want to go push out bot lane. Top lane's roughly even, being pushed out. Mid lane's pushed into, let's see, because there's more minions being pushed into their tower. And their minions are just coming up. As you can see, they're all starting to group around. They're figuring we should probably start to do Dragon. They're pinging it right now. They need help. He's not there. He just realizes, shoot, we need to be there to help. Thresh goes over a ward. You know they're doing Dragon right now. You probably drop that eye to see what they're doing. But then again, you also just burned your culling. Not too long ago, you're not able to throw your culling in there. That was the fault of mispositioning on everybody's part, but that's okay. One dragon's one dragon. Jax only has 20 stacks on his Devours. He's gonna get 21 after this one if we check E really quick. you can see that he has 17. Not doing too great. He's going for more kills instead of just finishing up his stupid jungle path. That would have been 18, 19, 20. He would have been 10 away from finishing. This fight that broke out right here, as easy as it might have been to try and quickly burst down Pantheon, turned into something bad for your team. Here's Zed, and I know you realized it because you didn't go up in here to help out. Jax is right here waiting to go on. They're kind of hesitant if they want to go in or pull out. He already bursted his ultimate. You have Shen there. This is one of the only times that your entire team is right there helping out to try and get a kill in the first official team fight. Janna's trying to disengage people to get them out because you're just realizing right now, oh my gosh, the burst. Because you're realizing right now you're in a really bad position to fight. And there's nothing you could have done except probably flashed a wall right here at this point and ulted. I would have ulted straight into this whole entire line of people. You have Thresh right here, it would have killed him. You have Jax right here who, well, he's Devourer Jax, he's gonna hurt. So you're gonna try and poke him down to scare him out of whatever's going on with your team right now. Pantheon's looking at who he wants to jump onto, and that ult would have hit him low. You don't know where Ezreal is. Ezreal's trying to join in a fight himself. And Yi's trying to heal up and not die. So essentially for right now, all it's worth right now, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 versus 1, 2, 3, 4. You don't know where your fifth person is. But this was a fight that was picked. You could have won, but was picked in a really awkward area to fight. Yeah, Jax almost killed himself in that whole entire process. Pantheon goes in because he's like, oh yeah, look at me, I'm gonna go ham. He almost, realizes his whole entire team is backed out. Shen's the only one tanking the whole team going on right now. He decides, well, now or never. Thresh burns his ultimate to try and, not die. Ezreal blinks in to try and kill Yi, does kill Yi. Echo has no backup because the tank's dead, and now you guys are screwed because you're the only ones remaining in that whole entire team. And that's how quickly the fight devolved into something that you could have won if you maybe had gone in, but still was picked in a bad area. I don't know who picked the fight, but regardless, that just gave Zed more kills and gave him a bigger power spike. I would have fought that probably out in the lane instead of where it was fought, or in some place where you picked the fight. But yeah, there is nothing you could have done there. Whoever picked that fight just killed the team there, and we all knew that. So Pantheon decides he wants to go push out the rest of the lane. The rest of them decide to group up mid, push down this turret and get it. You can see they're pinging up here. Your wave is pushing in onto this wave, which means it'll be here shortly. They don't have any person to clear it right away, so this is free time up if top lane wanted to push. But right now, that means your lane's doing good. It isn't being pushed into your tower. You have some free time. Pantheon decides he wants to finish pushing bottom. You guys are like, no, you're not going to get bottom turret for it. And so Yi shows up as presence to help stop him, and then the rest of you are there to help clean up any remaining CS. At this point, you realize I should probably go mid after cleaning this camp out. And at 25-minute mark, Echo should have been, or Yi should have been done with his Devours. He's still at 17. Still at 17. He just hit 18 on Devours. If you look at Jax, what's Jax at? 23. Well, there was a fight that was going on. Here's all the waves he could have cleared, or camps he could have cleared, that would have added to his score. None of them are cleared. They're all still up. Granted, there was a team fight that had gone on, but, if that wasn't going on, you would have been... The junglers both would have been closer to finishing their Devours and then doing double damage and all that fun stuff. So top lane, your tank decides he wants to go and continue pushing top lane. The nice part about your tank, Shen, support thing is he has teleport up and ready to use. So if somebody has a ward or if there's a minion nearby, he can drop down on it and help out you guys. Or if all else fails, he has an ultimate that's up right now, and he can teleport in to help you guys. Instead of just pushing his lane, like he's doing right now, you guys are getting pushed in because the entire enemy team is grouped up right now, trying to see if they can push down something, get somebody picked out. You guys are poking each other. The other thing of notice is even though you burn your ultimate right here, they back off. Why? Because they realize your team is a poke-heavy team. And then it has a burst a burst jungler, that's Yi, and then it has a tanky Shen who can taunt people, which equals 3 damage for you. And they know that, because the only way they can initiate is for Pantheon to stun somebody or ult somebody, Thresh to hook somebody, and then Zed will just go in and ultimate and try to kill him right away. Jax will try to stun him right away. And then Ezreal's going to try and apply what damage he can with his global ult or abilities. He's just being an idiot here and trying to split push when he should be grouped with his team. Shen's realizing that fact, and he's like, oh, I should probably be with my team. Well, duh. You need to be with your team. You're officially past early game. This tower is gone. Top laner should be with the team. Mid lane's gone. Mid lane should be with the team. Bot lane's gone. Bot lane should be with the team. Where should a jungler be? With the team. It's 27 minutes right now. Master Yi, who's now dead, still has 23 stacks on his Devours. Jax has 25 on his. Either way, both junglers are struggling to try and finish off their stupid Devours this late in the game. For this, there was nothing you really could have done. Yet you survive. So it's a really good thing that you bought QSS, because you completely negated that ult. But my goodness, see, they have a poke, and when they realize, hey, guess what? Where's Shen? Where's Shen? Hey, Shen. Where are you, Shen? What you doing, Shen? Where's their support? Hasn't shown up. Must not be nearby. Here's where the support is. Here's where you guys are. Fighting for your tower. Where's the rest of you guys? Oh, right. Yi just came back up. Echo killed himself, because, well, he kind of had to. Yi just literally showed up and kills himself again. Where's Shen? Hey, Shen. Hello? You have a whole wave pulling up on you, and there's nothing. Nothing you can do about it. Red team's like, okay, we should probably back off right now. They're pinging Dragon. Nobody would know that. But they would if you're looking at the timer. There's 50 seconds left on it. Playing as far back as you did to try and not, add another kill onto it. It's probably a good thing. You might have been able to kill Zed here, but then again, because he had all of his abilities up, he probably would have just stunned you, killed you right there on the spot. So, the way that you played this point and just giving him the turret is fine, because guess what? Guess who should have been there that whole entire time to help out? Okay, he got a turret. That's great. What did you guys lose? You lost a turret, you lost an inhibitor, you lost Janna, you lost your jungler, and you lost Echo right here. And you didn't die. Luckily, you didn't die, but you not being there because you were low too kind of counted as you being dead as well. And that's an air quotes. Even though you weren't dead, you're trying to save your life and not die. Guess what? Power's down. Shen's like, oh, guess what? I still want to, do my cool thing. I want to kill somebody. Well, guess what? The whole entire team shows up. All 5 versus 1. Hey, Shen, what are you doing? Hey, Shen, what are you doing? You're dead. Hey, Yi, what are you doing? Hey, Yi, what are you doing? He's still at 23. Oh, right, because the guy died twice in a row. 24. 25, 26, 27, 28. That's a free dragon for them. None of you are around for it. This is a free kill if you had wards out, which at this point you don't because you guys were pushed in so far you didn't know at all. But this had it been warded and you knew, like, ward here, maybe a ward down somewhere over here and a ward over here, you would have seen, guess what? Ezreal's all by himself. Ooh, free kill. But it's something that comes with time and depending on how well your team is doing overall plus warding. Alright. So this game is now clearly in the favor. 13-24. I know it's annoying you can't see the gold count. You're at 46k right now. They're at 50. The momentum is clearly in red team's favor, if not by the gold, which you can't see, certainly by the amount of kills that they have in our team. The fact that Zed is 16-4, and the fact that they have 2 dragons tier 1, and probably could take Baron if they wanted to. I believe they killed Rift Scuttler earlier. No, they didn't. They didn't kill Rift Scuttler. Or Rift Scuttler. Rift Herald. Now they add names on these champions and monsters. I don't know anymore. At least catches out that ward. I'll be running around seeing if anything else is warded. Clearly not. You haven't been able to get in there and ward anything. And that's overall a team thing. You can only ward so much. But you're able to catch out some people, like Zed, where he is. Now Chen is frontlining a little bit. Too much here. You don't know really where everybody else is, but if you're looking at the mini-map, this is actually somewhat of a good move by your support, but it wound up in her being killed and you didn't know where the rest of everybody was. And you choosing not to ultimate into them was a good idea because you would have died, just like you would have almost died and lucked out. Pantheon is a little stun thing. Shen's running for his life. Yi's running for his life. You're running for your life. Echo's running for his life. Shen obviously is dead. Echo's like, okay, I think I won't die. Turns out he died. Tried to flash and ult out of it, but you decided to give up the match at this point because they would have walked right in and ran over your turret anyway. So, that being said, it's frustrating when the mid lane doesn't seem to know what to do, jungle doesn't know what to do, support isn't playing decent, and top lane is an island all to its own but bleeds into your map, your side of the map, and kills your lane for it. This is a match that Ezreal was scared of you, and you could have used to your advantage. You probably would have had 2 or 3 more kills than you would have. You would have had more time to have a pushed bot lane, an easier time warding had you followed the steps. But then again, it was an overall team thing too, so Janna had some things she had to work on, so did Yi, such as finishing Devours, as well as Echo against Zed, and keeping an eye on where stupid Zed is so he wasn't roaming all the time and killing people. So all in all, CS, you did well when it came to the end of it. Items were fine, you power spiked the best you could, but it was a team effort. So that being said, that'll conclude the spectate, and hopefully that gave you some pointers to improve your game. I know it would have definitely improved my game. I would have had fun with this match. Granted, I usually play Jinx. So, that being said, have an awesome day, and let me know if this was of a benefit to you. Have a good one.